Free-to-play is killing video games. It wasn't that long ago that you'd pay $1 or $2 for a game, and that was it. You owned it, a complete experience. Now the game is free. You download it, and for the first few hours, it feels like it. But soon, the game starts asking you to buy all kinds of booster packs and battle passes, things you feel you have to buy just to keep progressing. You're handed a game for free, only to find that the price of admission is an endless series of transactions designed to keep you paying just to keep playing. And that feeling? It's completely by design. The free-to-play model now makes up the vast majority of all gaming revenue, and it has completely changed how games are made. What started as a cool way to let more people play and to fight off piracy has turned into a machine that runs on psychological tricks. The goal often shifts away from crafting the most fun experience possible. While a traditional game's fun is the product, a free-to-play game uses fun as the bait. The true objective is keeping you hooked long enough that you'll pay to skip the frustration the game itself creates. Today, we are going to go through the hidden system designed to mess with your head, see how they hurt game quality, and see why this generous business model might just be killing the art of video games. Every system of manipulation has to start somewhere. It needs a way to gently pull you in. In the free-to-play world, this is a classic sales tactic, the foot-in-the-door technique. A game will start by asking for $1 before it ever asks for $100. You will see it pretty quickly, a limited-time starter pack or a new player welcome bundle, and it always looks like an unbelievable deal. For just 99 cents, you get a pile of resources and a cool item that would normally cost 10 times that. It feels like you're pulling a fast one on the developers. The developers' primary goal with this offer is to change you from a non-spender into a spender. They aren't focused on that first dollar. This taps into a psychological trick called the endowed progress effect. By giving you a little taste of the good stuff right away, the game makes you feel like you're already on the path of a paying player. You have invested. That tiny first purchase is the icebreaker. It shatters your natural hesitation to spend money on a free game. It saves your credit card info, making the next purchase just a single click away. Suddenly, the next time you hit a wall and see a $5 offer, that mental barrier is already gone. You have done it once. What is the harm in doing it again? They are conditioning you. The game showers you with free gifts to get you hooked, creating a sense of obligation, a need to give back for all their generosity. Developers know that once you spend that first dollar, you're way more likely to spend another and another. That innocent-looking starter pack functions as an anchor. It's the first step onto a treadmill of spending, where each little transaction feels reasonable, but they add up to hundreds or even thousands over time. Even the biggest spenders, the whales, usually get there through tons of small, seemingly harmless purchases. Once the game has you on the hook, the next step is to make you forget how much you're actually spending. The system works by selling you gems, crystals, or in the case of Fortnite, V-Bucks, instead of charging you directly. You'll rarely see a game ask for $2.50 for a sword or $15 for an outfit. This is a classic psychological trick called currency distancing. By turning your real money into a colorful, fun-looking virtual currency, the game breaks the connection in your brain between the button you're clicking and the money leaving your bank account. Spending 2,000 Genesis crystals in Genshin Impact feels way less painful than watching a $30 charge hit your credit card, even though it's the exact same thing. That mental disconnect is the whole point. It makes you spend more freely, turning a financial choice into just another in-game action. But the trick goes even deeper. The currency packs are deliberately designed to be confusing and to make sure you always have a little bit left over. You can't just buy the 800 gems you need. You have to buy a pack of 1,000, leaving you with 200 gems just sitting in your account. That leftover amount is worthless on its own, but it is a constant, nagging reminder every time you log in. It feels like wasted money. This creates a psychological itch to buy another pack just to use up the change, trapping you in a cycle of constantly topping up. On top of that, games often use decoy pricing to nudge you toward bigger purchases. A tiny bundle of gems might be $1, a medium one $5, but a huge bundle is only $30. The massive discount on the largest bundle makes it seem like the smartest financial choice, tricking you into spending way more than you planned. You went in thinking you'd spend $5, but the pricing masterfully convinces you that spending $30 is a better deal. The aim is to twist your perception of value to get as much real money as possible into their virtual world, where you're much more likely to spend it without a second thought. This brings us to the darkest, most cynical part of the free-to-play model: manufactured frustration. In a good game, challenges are there for you to overcome with skill and practice, which feels rewarding. In many free-to-play games, challenges are designed to be overcome with your wallet. The design philosophy shifts from asking, "How do we make this fun?" to asking, "How do we create a problem that we can sell the solution to?" This is the point where the game stops feeling like a game and starts feeling like a chore. You know this as the grind. Progress, which was so fast and fun for the first few hours, suddenly slows to a painful crawl. Leveling up now takes days of doing the same boring, repetitive tasks over and over again. You need a rare item to upgrade your gear, but it has a tiny drop rate, forcing you to run the same mission hundreds of times. This isn't just bad design. It is intentional design. The game is creating a pain point on purpose. It's actively boring you and wasting your time. And then, just as you're about to lose your mind, an offer pops up. Tired of grinding? Buy this time saver pack and get everything you need right now. They invent a disease and then sell you the cure. This can escalate into hard paywalls, where your progress completely stops until you get an item that is almost impossible to get without paying. This whole system is cranked up to 11 by a powerful psychological bias we all have: loss aversion. Basically, we're more motivated by the fear of losing something than by the chance of gaining something. Free-to-play games exploit this constantly with limited time events and daily login rewards. An amazing character is available, but only for the next 7 days. If you don't play like it's your job or pay up, you will miss out forever. This creates a powerful fear of missing out, FOMO, that can turn playing the game from fun into a source of anxiety. Your motivation for logging in can shift from genuine enjoyment to a fear of losing your streak bonus or missing that exclusive reward. This leads straight to burnout. The game stops respecting your time and starts demanding it, punishing you for daring to have a life. The endless, repetitive tasks become work, and that work builds resentment until players who won't pay just get fed up and leave. So, why on earth would developers make games that are designed to frustrate most of their players? The answer is the ugly truth of the free-to-play economy. The average player is treated as scenery for the real customers. These customers are the whales. This term, borrowed from casinos, refers to the tiny fraction of players who spend insane amounts of money. Some data shows that as few as 5% of a game's paying players can make up 65% of its total revenue. An even smaller sliver, the top 1%, might generate up to 30% of a mobile game's entire income. The whole business model is built to find and cater to these high spenders. The 70 to 90% of us who never spend a dime, we're just there to make the world feel populated and to be punching bags for the whales to feel powerful against. This economic reality has a terrible effect on game design. Instead of making a complete polished game for a single price, developers are encouraged to release bare-bones games and then slowly add content through endless live service updates. This has led to a depressing trend of huge games launching in an unfinished state because the goal becomes monetizing you for years to come rather than focusing on the initial sale. Money is poured into designing better monetization systems, not into cooler gameplay or better stories. Game difficulty is balanced to find that perfect frustration point that nudges people to spend instead of being balanced purely for fun. This model also suffocates creativity. As free-to-play games take over the market, projected to generate over $188 billion in 2025, they change what players expect. It gets harder to sell a normal $70 game when there are so many free options fighting for attention. So, publishers push more developers toward this model, chasing the endless revenue from whales instead of funding unique, single-player games that have a beginning and an end. The industry becomes a race to find the next Fortnite or Genshin Impact, while smaller, more creative projects can't get funding. While this model has made gaming more accessible, it's come at a huge cost. A market flooded with games that are less about art and more about being a psychological mousetrap for a vulnerable few. From that first tempting 99-cent bundle to the tangled web of fake currencies and manufactured frustration, the free-to-play model has twisted video games from sources of joy into engines of manipulation. The goal has shifted from delighting you to hooking you. The result is a flood of games that are less polished, less respectful of your time, and just less fun. They're designed to be endless, so the payments never have to stop, rather than because the story is epic. They create problems just to sell you the solution. This is a systemic issue, driven by a business model that values the spending of a tiny few over the experience of everyone else. But the power to change this is with us, the players. By understanding how these tricks work, we can spot them and make conscious choices about the games we support. We can choose to spend our money on titles that give us a fair deal, that respect our time and intelligence, whether that's a full-priced game or a free one that only sells cosmetics. The future of gaming does not have to be an endless grind designed to annoy you into your next microtransaction. We can demand better, and we can vote with our wallets and our time for games that try to be genuinely great, not just endlessly profitable. If you found this breakdown useful, think about subscribing for more deep dives into gaming. Like the video to help it reach more people, and share it to spread the word about these practices. And finally, let me know in the comments, what's the most manipulative monetization tactic you've ever seen in a free-to-play game?